We're here at Chad and Susie Chance's in Pilot Point, Texas, home of Hoof Watch, where we're teamed up with the World Championship Blacksmiths to bring you the Virginia State Fair leg of our contest in 2017 with Judge Brian Nelson. Brian's picked a couple of shoes for the individual, and we're going to make one today. It's called the toe extension. It's a left front. It's made out of 3/8 by 1. It's fullered for 9 MX50s, and it's 4.5 inches wide by 5 3/16 long. It's a hammer finish shoe. It's got 5 nail holes on the lateral side, 4 nail holes on the medial side, and the lateral aspect is safed off from the beginning of the toe through the heel. We're going to take and put a pretty good sized bump, because the transition from the toe to the heel, we're going to want to have a little extra material. So we're just going to take a big long bump to start off with. I'm not going to jump out there and center punch it, because we're going to move things around right up until we mark the fullering. All right, we got the majority of it is bumped up because the toe is quite a bit bigger for this size piece of stock. All right, we got about 1 inch in there. So now we'll make the toe bend and start drawing our branches. All right, you can see I got a little bit of a bump on the one side, so that's automatically going to be my outside edge. You can see I'm going to push with this and then pull with my hammer and not make contact with the horn. Flip it around, pushing with my tong hand, and come and get some width. Just iron it out right now. This is going to be my lateral branch. We'll start drawing the lateral branch. Come back here on the back of the bick and try and get a nice, smooth transition going down. Then I'm going to come up here and finish it off. Come in with the round side of the hammer and just kind of finish off your taper on the inside, and then back with the flat. I've got this drawn down. I'm going to forge my heel on there. And I have, on the lateral side, it's safed pretty much from the beginning of the fuller and all the way to the heel. All right, I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to kind of run down this edge with my hammer tilted, go around the outside, and then put a nice little heel check on there. Since it is a hammer finish shoe, take that little extra time to kind of close up all your ends on the heel, and that'll something that you can't revisit once you got it all drawn out. A lot of just this transition point right here. And what happens is people don't pay attention from going from right here to right here, and they go and they stick it up there, and that narrows their toe down again. Just from the leverage of having to hold on to the toe, they push up on to the horn. So you want, when you come from here, you've already cleaned up to this part. So then here, I'm going to go, and that's how close I'll bring it when I do the drawing from there on down. I went ahead and jumped to the medial because it keeps my lateral branch out of my way. So remember, I've got a nice broad toe, so I'm going to start right here on the horn. Get that forging out of the way. Now you can see where I left the gap. Now, since my branch is out of my way on the lateral side, come up here and then just kind of sneak in with the round. And then finish off drawing that out. Reason you draw both sides is so that you don't get a pyramid on your section. I fattened up the inside as the outside because the material draws to the hammer. If I only hit this side gets fat and that side gets narrow. Make you a nice heel. Coming down and just safing that up. Coming all the way around the edge. Now, you just see, all I'm going to do is just close up that whole branch. What that does is it allows to have the broad toe, but yet it comes in and down and has the quarter way late. I'm just going to clean up these edges a little bit. Start with the heel and get that hook in the heel because we're dealing with an upright foot. And then come here. Now I'll come and I'll open up the toe a little bit. Square everything up. And since this isn't a toe extension, you want to follow the inside edge of your shoe for the fuller in because this is going to be somewhat out. So you're definitely going to have this sitting out. So you don't want to come out here. You want to come in with your fuller just a little bit and follow the inside edge. And we'll do the lateral side first. And we're going to stay behind the horn the whole time. Hemming, 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 and then just come up here and get that hook at the very end. On a horse that's got a straight wall such as this, we're putting MX50s in there, so you do the toenail, the heel nail, then you're going to split the difference. And then split the difference one more time. As you can see, the fuller straightened out the shoe. We're all right with that because we've got a quarter way at the back. We'll do the other side and then we'll do that same move where we close it up just on its side. I'll hem, and I'm just staying behind the horn and just letting that thing get straight, 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 and then come back in here and get the quarter at the very end because that's where the quarter is on this bad boy. Got 4 nails on the medial aspect. What I want to do now is I'm going to run my transition from this fuller end to that fuller end, and then I'm going to make it go straight back to the heels. It's 1 3/4 inches across the heels. I'm at 2.5. Most of my narrowness is going to come from my toe. Once I open my toe up, it's going to bring the heels around. You can see I'm just going to leave a little bit of a gap, kind of keep it back here, and open up that toe and go right across to the other side. And then do the same here. Flatten this up pretty good, so I can keep my width. Now what we'll do is we'll just take one branch at a time and just tighten up the toe and make each branch nice and tight. I'm getting it cocked in, and then just kind of tightening up the sides. Just kind of crisping up my fuller end and then pritchel it out. Just kind of coming in here and tightening up this toe right there. Keep it straight. And go out and get that heel and then the very tip of it. This is all safed off, so you're just trying to keep this really nice and safe. Tightened up, now I'll just refuller it and clean up my fullering a little bit. Just kind of opening it up. Just everything's already been dropped in there. Just kind of cleaning up that top line a little bit. All right, we're just finishing up the flattening, just the overall, making sure it's same shape. Just kind of got it nice and cleaned up. I think we're about done with it. Now we're pretty much done with it and ready to cool it off and look at it.